Okay, so something I find really interesting are these YouTuber fights, whether it be boxing, MMA. I guess those are really the only two I've seen. Bare knuckles boxing, I mean, that is psychotic, but, tip the cap. I found it really interesting the effects of these fights and how it's essentially resurrecting certain social media accounts from the dead and also allowing past controversial YouTubers to really shed a lot of their controversy. You see the Paul brothers as the prime example. A lot of history would say they were kid Disney child YouTubers targeting an audience that was younger than 12 years old. Since then, through fighting, I think it slingshot them into the mainstream audience, and hence look at ESPN signing them to a deal, or at least taking the rights of a lot of their fights. A lot of, I see all the time. Pretty sure one of the Paul brothers fought on ESPN. But what's really interesting with this new fight coming up, which is Logan Paul and Dillon Danis, you're seeing a lot of the same guide play out. It's the typical boxer pregame hype, where they're exposing each other, they're going at it, they're beefing, and then by the end of the fight, whoever wins will go over, shake the other's hand, and call him a warrior. This one in particular, though, everyone could say, this is different, this one's personal, they're bringing in family members. And while I don't agree with that at all, I think it's a little disgusting bringing in somebody's family and just, pulling them into this. Because at the end of the day, it's just a show. Nobody really cares if so-and-so beat so-and-so in a boxing match in which they paid $60 or pirated it online for. You look through a lot of these fights and it's cool. I think I've watched the Nate Diaz fight with Jake Paul, and then after it I was like, that's cheeky, and went to bed. A lot of people watch it. I'm not sure what kind of sustainability it has. There's a few at the top that I think can. I just find it funny that every time we see one of these fights come on, you typically talk about this one being personal, this one's bigger than the last one, and it's such a testament to a lot of these YouTubers who are able to hype up these fights, and it's really changing the sport, I would say. I guarantee you most people on the internet or watching this video could tell me who Jake Paul is, or who the Paul brothers are, or even this Dillon Danis guy, but not as many people could tell me who Gervonta Davis is, a true world champion, top of his class boxer. It just shows that a lot of this sport is for show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this down right here, and we're going to use my PS5 currently as a webcam so I can kind of show you what I'm looking at right here. All I had to do was type in YouTuber fight, and there are guys I've never heard of, but I've heard of the fight in which they are in. What I find really interesting about this is the fact that a lot of these guys, like I said, had controversial pasts, but they were almost wiped away and brought into relevancy because of this. Let's look at a fighter like Deji or FusiTube. Let's create another tab right here real quick. If we go and type in Fusi, the best we've seen right here is 100K, and that's some sort of drama already. But if we look at his channel in general, he has 10 million subscribers, and he's not even cracking six figures in his views very often. That's something that I did with 800,000 subscribers. And I'm not claiming I had some great audience. A lot of you who are watching this, you are the best of the best. But I follow trends a lot, and the titles in which my video are the only reason why I got a lot of views. Someone like him who is getting 30, 40, 50K, 100K on a video with 10 million followers, that's it's like 1%, 2.5%, something like that. It's not like he's making videos either that are, completely out of character. He's bringing in drama. He's bringing in the fight. He's talking about a lot of things that used to get him a lot of views. Now it doesn't. Now, albeit he has had this channel for a long time, and everybody has ups and downs. The real main factor is it's really interesting to see that even somebody who doesn't have a ton of momentum on the internet is able to bring in a huge pull. It might have been Deji that was the one who made this, but I can guarantee you a lot of you who have watched YouTuber fights or who have been in the YouTube space know who Fusi is. Didn't know anything about him for the past 3 years, like what's been up with him, yet tuned into a fight like this. I think I watched that one actually as well, but if we could even talk about it, goes all the way into like someone like Bryce Hall. Now if we go ahead and click into this video right here, he did some bare knuckles fighting. It got almost 5 million views, and if we just take a look at the comment section down below, everybody is kind of a universal appeal towards him now. So it's like this interesting phenomena where it's not only propelling YouTubers into relevancy, it's also helping their reputations just skyrocket. You know, no matter what you think about it, how you think about people's antics with it, it's propelling everybody into the limelight who essentially dives into that facet of making content. I believe there was a guy named Joe Weller, and I think it was KSI were the ones who maybe not started the series, but that was the first popular YouTuber fight, and I want to say that was 3 to 5 years ago. There's just something so appealing about watching people beat up on each other and take their drama almost to real life. We used to see a huge influx of YouTubers like Leafy, Drama Alert. There was one other guy, Scarce I think his name is. They were like a rocket ship up the YouTube trends and the YouTube game, I would say, because they were making drama one way or another. Well, this actually almost sees it come full circle. Create drama and then you can end that drama right there. And I believe Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis are doing this better than anybody else. I mean, who else would? Dylan Dennis, nobody knew who that guy was. I'm not trying to be mean right here coming from my 400 subscriber YouTube channel, but you heard about him. It's a guy with 2 UFC fights. You know, it's a guy that makes very, run-of-the-mill content. Doesn't have like anything extremely different about his personality that makes his content worth viewing, let's say, over a KSI. Even for a long time, if you checked on Twitter or anything like that, you would never see him like in the trending spot. Yet he's been the forefront of every news article on YouTube or boxing because he is going at it against Logan Paul. He's taking low blows, going after family. One, I don't respect that, but two, no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw, or the fight never even happens, I think that could be the only thing that might be what could hurt him. The guy is getting more impressions than he ever has gotten. He's getting more people in his corner. I know he wasn't as respected as he is now just for revealing photos of Logan Paul's girlfriend or fiance. And people are calling him like the savior of the internet. So this isn't meant to be a dig on any of these guys. I could care less about, stay in their lane. I'll stay in mine. I guess this really isn't, but this phenomena, how long is it going to go? How far is it going to go? And what are people going to do to continue to keep a pool in that industry? I think we're seeing a very extreme end to it with this Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis, about people dragging in family and doing a lot of things you would never see in a press conference, a boxing press conference. There are certain, I think, unwritten rules, and that one kind of crosses it. I'm not defending Logan and I'm not attacking Dylan Dennis, but they're pushing the medium, the extreme end of the medium for promoting this fight. At one point, he's not going to have as many photos to post about Logan Paul's fiance. You can't repeat that card over and over again for, let's say, the next 5 fights. Maybe you can, but I'm curious to see, can they keep elevating the bar, or is this where we peak out? I don't know, food for thought. I've always thought about these YouTuber fights and them being a big production, a big show. It's not about who wins or loses. It's about, that bank account at the end of the day. So go ahead and comment down below, kind of your opinions on this. What is your favorite fight you've seen so far? I would say that Bryce Hall fight was pretty interesting because it was bare knuckles. I like playing the game. I like kind of getting involved into it. It's fun. What can I say? Shoot me. Otherwise than that, thank you all for taking the time out of the day for watching. That I don't have much more to talk about. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.